Hello, it's me. I'm gonna be my first video is gonna be on this topic here. It's an old debate, but I thought I'd settle it with my prior knowledge, and I hope I can help any people looking interested to get one of these games or see which one's better. Just as in my opinion, both games are respectable, and they both have they're very fun. I'll admit that, but we're gonna be going over their differences and see what is better. Just a side note, I do enjoy Terraria more than I do Minecraft, but I won't try and be so biased. And if it seems that I'm leaning more towards Terraria than I am Minecraft, my bad. But I just think it's a better game, but that's just me. You don't have to listen to my opinion, and that's not what you're here for. The 5 key topics I'm going to be talking about is combat, survival, gameplay, building, and content. Combat in Terraria. There is a wide variety of weapons to use, starting with magic weapons. They use mana. Mana is you can get mana by using falling stars, which fall at nighttime. You grab them. They often you can hear them as they fall, and if you can hear them, they must be near you. So I do recommend grabbing them on the first few hours of you playing the game. You can combine 5 stars, and I believe now it is 3 in the 1.3 version, to create 1 mana star. And you can make up to 9 mana stars, and that's the highest amount of mana stars you can actually have. Magic weapons often have very impressive visual effects, and they are very interesting in their combat abilities. Number 2, melee weapons. They're such as swords, throwables, and yo-yos. Some swords shoot projectiles. Some throwables are projectiles, and some have other abilities too. And yo-yos, well, they're exactly what they sound like. They're yo-yos, and some also have other projectiles. You can use different accessories to make your yo-yo have multiple other yos to attack. And obviously, most of the melee weapons require combat to be close range, but some of the weapons emit projectiles, which allows for long-range combat. Pretty useful. Number 3, ranged weapons, guns and bows. Obviously, long-range combat, not just long-range, medium range too. But guns and bows are very interesting in this game, as in there are different types of bullets and bows. Different types of guns, bullets, bows, and arrows. Although I will say, guns are all the same. They do not always. Some guns have different abilities than others, but most of your basic starter guns are all the same. But you can change your bullet type, which will allow for drastically different gameplay, as you can use a normal bullet. A boss may take longer time, but if you let's say you use a bullet that tracks down enemies and goes right to them, that might help you do better by not having to aim as well. And bows also have different types of arrows, which allow for different types of using bows. They're very cool weapons. They're fun to use. I'd recommend having mostly ranged weapons in your first playthrough. Number 4, summoner weapons. They summon the creatures to fight for you. These creatures, spawning them will take mana, and the amount you use will vary by the amount you spawn, as spawning 5 minions will cost more mana than spawning 1 minion. And different minions vary on how much mana you use, as in the slime staff, the very first summoner weapon you can get. It is extremely rare, but you may get it. It takes a very small amount of mana compared to, let's say, the Stardust Dragon staff, which you earn in very late game, which requires much more mana to spawn, but it still is not much. Combat in Minecraft. Okay, number 1, melee. There are many different tools in Minecraft which all cause damage, melee damage when striking enemy, except for the hoe, which is 0 damage. But the only true melee weapon is a sword. Now, Minecraft's melee combat, is different from Terraria's, as it is 3D, which you can hit an enemy from different angles, more than just 2, such as Terraria. But that doesn't make Terraria worse in combat. In Minecraft, the one thing you can do with your sword is swing it directly at the enemy. You can also block, but that is all you can do. In combat it's always a swing, and it's interesting. but it's quite simple combat, and it's not as fun as Terraria can be, I will admit. But it's combat. And number 2, ranged. There's only one ranged weapon in the game, the bow. Unless you consider potions ranged, but I didn't put these in here anyway. I'll put potions after this. The bow. The bow, you can have many options with it. You can enchant the bow to give them projectile effects, such as flaming arrows, and abilities, which can be unbreakability, which allows your weapons to allows the weapon to last longer, and infinite, using one arrow will allow you to shoot infinite arrows, the infinite ability on your bow. And the current version of Minecraft, you can add potion effects, which will vary from healing and regeneration to slowness and poison to your arrows. It's very interesting. It's very useful. Survival in both the games. Neither games are very realistic in their aspects, but I will say, you can read all this. I'm not going to just read this. But Minecraft does have some more realistic aspects, such as the bow. You need to actually pull back the arrow and the string to shoot it, and you cannot shoot it as rapidly. In Minecraft, there are hunger bars, which means you need to eat food to survive in the game. And it's interesting. Both games, like I said, they're not that realistic, but they don't need to be. That's not the point of the game. So it's not a big problem. If you want to go play a realistic survival game, you can go play more of a Rust type of game, but we're not here to talk about Rust. Anyway, next one, gameplay. The gameplay in both games will depend on how you want to play it. Like, you may want to become very strong very quickly, crush your opponents without effort. Which, in this case, you will become bored very quickly in this. You may not, but most people usually do. As soon as you become overpowered, you might say, be able to defeat even the hardest of bosses without any problem, you may get bored of it and it will become too easy for you. And you won't have many building, as you only focus on getting strong, and you won't have much in your world. And building after, it's alright, but it's just not the same. Which is why I would prefer focusing on building and more slowly progressing. Which also is good for playing with other people, because you might all not be able to be online at the same time and play together. So you build more and slowly progress, so that you won't be too far ahead of your friends if they miss a few games. And by the time you get overpowered, your world will be looking great with all the buildings. You'll be proud of it, and that's what you really want. Building. I'll explain with my voice because I don't want to type this out. So Terraria is the 2D sandbox building game, which allows for only 2D buildings, but that does not make the building any worse. There's still plenty of things you can do, as building is different. In Terraria, you have to build with your blocks, and it's only 2D, so you can only build them in 2 dimensions. But there won't be just a blank space in your wall, as there's objects called walls, which you craft with the blocks, and that fills in the background. And once you fill in the background, your house will be complete. And if you add a table and a chair, NPC will be able to move into the house. And in Minecraft, there are only few NPCs, and there's no furniture either, which makes Terraria have a bit of more of an advantage here. But also, let's talk about the Minecraft now. Minecraft is 3-dimensional, which allows for a lot more building types than Terraria can. Now, I'll admit, you could build some better things in Minecraft, but Terraria is it's not as bad, but Minecraft, I'd say, has a bigger advantage in building here. Content. Okay, so both games have a wide variety of mods that you can install. And both games have updates. Although Minecraft updates are more frequent, I will admit, they are more frequent, but Terraria's, they are usually big updates, such as the most recent update was the Dungeon Defenders 2 crossover event, which wasn't that recent, but it was one of the more recent big updates. Unless we were talking about console, which console recently got 1.3. And Minecraft has also a lot more mods and updates a lot more, but I'd say Terraria has a little bit better here, as the content will vary, because Minecraft, You're either watching someone survive, some mini games, or build. And that's not bad. I mean, that's what the game is. That's what you're gonna watch it for. But Terraria has the same thing, but it's different because there's so much more, and the game will take longer. As Minecraft, you can beat the game speed running within 10 minutes, maybe 5, if you were a very talented and very experienced speedrunner. But maybe, if you wanted to speedrun Terraria, this would at least take an hour, as there's a lot more content to get through in the game. There's more things you need to do, some more bosses, more mobs as bosses. In Minecraft, there are only three current bosses: the Ender Dragon, the Wither, and the Elder Guardian. None of these bosses are truly that difficult, as becoming overpowered, you might say, in Minecraft nearly takes a few hours, which is just mostly mining for diamonds. I'll admit, it's nice to be strong that quickly, but it'll get boring, as once you're overpowered, there's not much of a challenge. But they're both good games. In conclusion, both games are they're doing very well financially, and I'd recommend playing both of them before you pick one, and you might make a better video than me, because this was not good, but I didn't put that much effort into it. I won't lie to you guys. It's very obvious. And I'll just show you a bit of Terraria gameplay quickly. Okay, so I'm on Terraria right now, and this is how the game runs. This is on currently PC version 1.3, and you can see 2D. There's a lot of it's 2D. My frame rate's a little low right now, but that's not a problem. That's not the game. There's many different bosses and different things. Like, you may not know all the things that are on my screen right now, but this is Terraria. It's what it looks like, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, whatever, comment, subscribe. I'm not gonna be that guy. Just, if you like the video, then you like the video. So thanks for watching.